Welcome to the Centralia College pregame show. At Centralia College, you can master a trade, earn a degree, or compete at the next level in one of 6 sports, including esports. Trades training, associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, affordable tuition. Visit centralia.edu and blaze your trail at Centralia College.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Memorial Fieldhouse here at the University of Puget Sound, where we're getting things set for game number 2 of 6 today. We're sticking with girls hoops, but now we move up to the 4A classification. It's another loser-out ball game as the Glacier Peak Grizzlies take on the Emerald Ridge Jaguars. You are watching the Centralia College pregame show brought to you by the Welding Training Program. If you're interested in the welding program, visit centralia.edu and blaze your trail at Centralia College. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Matthew King. Joining me is the one, the only Joe with the Kim King on camera as well. Joe, we just watched the Port Angeles Rough Riders walk away with a win in the 2A classification. Now we jump up to the 4A, and once again, it's a loser-out game. It's the 12-13 matchup as the 12th-seeded Jaguars take on the 13th-seeded Emerald Ridge, or Glacier Peak Grizzlies, and the Emerald Ridge Jaguars. Throw those seeds away, though, because they got identical records. They match up very well with one another. This is really a 50-50 ball game.
Okay, well, the same record. They are meeting for the first time this year, which isn't surprising as we get toward the tournament. And Emerald Ridge, well, they were beaten a couple of times by Sumner earlier in the season, but they avenged that recently before a loss to Auburn, who was really tough there in the south end of the 4A. So Emerald Ridge comes in. They had an 8-game winning streak earlier. They have a little more size. And in watching them warm up, they're not afraid to shoot the three from all different parts of the court. Again, what can you say? Glacier Peak, same record. They have a little bit of size as well. And we're going to see probably a few less turnovers, I'm just predicting, than we saw in the first game. Not that the defenses didn't do well in game 1, but that was 2A. This is 4A. Really looking forward to our second of 6 here at the UPS Memorial Fieldhouse in Tacoma.
Glacier Peak has played a gauntlet. Only one loss to a team not in a state tournament. That was back on December 14th to Snohomish. They have really played strong basketball, lost to Woodinville just a couple weeks ago, and what was kind of a blowout, but got a big win over North Creek, and then a big win over Lake Stevens to get here for this Glacier Peak team. You look up and down their roster, handful of seniors, but you notice a couple of freshmen that are going to see some minutes, including Lily Riechelson, who's going to start the 5'10" freshman post, is going to have her hands full because she is going to be in a good battle with Jariah McGriff, the 6'1" junior for these Jags. So that battle down low is going to be something else to watch.
That looks like a great matchup to keep an eye on. Emerald Ridge does not start a senior. Has 3 on their team, and about the same number for Glacier Peak as well. Glacier Peak will start a couple of seniors, make it 3, so a little more experience there, but of course ability, coaching, and confidence comes into play at all levels of basketball. And a loser-out game, Matthew.
The winner does know that they will move on to take on the junior sensation of Brooklyn Haywood and the Union Titans to open up the state tournament. Union falling last night to that Auburn team that you talked about a little bit ago. Or excuse me, they lost to Woodinville. Auburn lost to Chiawana. So a lot of those 4A games have already taken place, but the winner of this one will take on Union at the Tacoma Dome on Wednesday. Do want to remind you to be following along on our Twitter at YourESN for live scoring updates from all the games we are covering. There is a lot of action tipping off at noon on ESN, so you have your fair pick of the litter on which game you want to be at. But, of course, you're not switching off of this one. You're going to want to hang out with Joe and I all day here at UPS. We've had nothing but great ball games through the first 3 games here at UPS going back to last night. But this is the first time we've stepped out of the 2A classification up to the 4A. But again, we have everything covered from every single site here for the regional round of the state tournament, just like we will for the state tournament next week. Of course, we'll have the 3A and 4A at the Tacoma Dome. We'll have the 1A and 2A over at the Yakima Valley Sun Dome. That's where I'll be at. And then we'll have the Bs over at Spokane Arena as well. So tell all your friends that you know are going to want to catch all the state hoops action that now is the time to get signed up. You sign up now for the $12. You get all the state hoops as well coming up next week. All right, we're going to go ahead and step aside. We'll come back, meet the starting lineups, and get things set for tip-off coming up here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
We all know that we'll eventually need a will. Eventually. How about right now? Trust and Will has taken the process of creating your will and made it easy. Like while you're lounging on the couch, easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys, but customized by you. One question at a time. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and start at just $199. That's not a typo. Find the plan that's right for you at trustandwill.com.
I think it's time to put my money to work.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Giza has a lot of ways to help your money grow.
Oh, great.
Find a healthier approach to money at Giza.
Proactive Physical Therapy in Tumwater, Olympia, and Lacey has made a huge name in training young athletes. But Proactive is much more than that and caters to all individuals coming back from any type of injury. If you have injured yourself and you need to get back in the game or simple day-to-day life activities, call Proactive Physical Therapy today for an appointment and start your way back to feeling good. Proactive Physical Therapy accepts all insurance, car insurance, workers' comp, Medicare, and VA. You owe it to yourself to feel good and productive. So contact Proactive Physical Therapy in Tumwater, Olympia, and Lacey.
The real estate market is changing, and John L. Scott can answer your questions with a free market analysis. If you're a homeowner, it's really important to get a current market analysis. It only takes a few minutes of your time and contains valuable information about your biggest investment. This might be the year to make a move and take advantage of this market. For your free market analysis, see Laura Lee today at John L. Scott, 900 West Main in Centralia.
Alderson's Awards West Printwares is your one-stop shop to tell the world about your school, club, or business. For jackets, shirts, hats, and more, depend on Awards West. Alderson's provides fast service and quality products, including screen printing and embroidery performed on site. Awards West has been meeting your recognition, identification, and promotional needs for over 50 years. For a full catalog, go to aldersons.net. Aldersons, 1124 Kresge Avenue in Centralia.
The opioid crisis is real, and many families are dealing with this insidious problem. It can attack anyone, from illegal street drugs to legal prescriptions. American Behavioral Health Systems is here to help and has responded to this issue with our Secure Withdrawal Management Center. It's specialized medication-assisted opioid treatment and detox for low-income and Medicaid-eligible clients. The time is now to free yourself from addiction. For more information, go to AmericanBehavioralHealth.net.
Welcome back to Memorial Fieldhouse here at the University of Puget Sound, getting things set for a loser-out ball game in the 4A Girls State Tournament. The winner advances to the Tacoma Dome to take on Union on the opening day on Wednesday. The loser, unfortunately, has their season come to an end. Matthew King alongside Joe Withy again. This is the Centralia College pregame show. A ton of action on ESN taking place right now at noon. A lot of noon tip-offs around the state. Not a lot of 10 a.m. tip-offs. We don't have a lot of scores to get you, but we will keep you updated with all the action going on across the state throughout the day. Let's meet the starting lineups for these two squads real quick, starting with the visitors, who will be the Glacier Peak Grizzlies here tonight. They're starting five. It'll be number 3, 5'6" senior guard Brenna Pukas, number 11, 5'8" junior guard Zoe Ritter, number 13, the 5'10" senior guard Sammy Toma, number 21, 5'9" senior guard Ricky Miller, and number 23, 5'10" freshman post Lily Riechelson. The Grizzlies are coached by Brian Hill, assisted by Haley Schuler, Miles Guerra, and Sydney Guffey. Now for the home team tonight, the Emerald Ridge Jaguars. They're starting five, number 1, 5'4" junior guard Samaj Williams, Number 2, the 6'1 junior forward, Drya McGriff. Number 4 is the 5'8 junior wing, Layla Kamek. Number 10, 5'4 sophomore guard at Sanaya Fair. And number 11, 6' sophomore forward, Raymaya Jackson. The Jags are coached by Arvin Mosley, assisted by Leasia Jones and Kelly Watton. The Grizzlies, by the way, will be in their blue jerseys with the white numbers. Emerald Ridge in the home whites with the green numbers as well. Again, just game number 2 of 6 today. You can actually go on the website, EliSportsNetwork.com. We have an article listing the regional matchups, both by location as well as classification. So if you're looking for a certain team, you can go on, see where they're going to be at. And then on our broadcast page, we have all the games that we are covering here this weekend. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Joe, I think we got the best venue, though. A beautiful gymnasium, first of all, but wall-to-wall phenomenal matchups.
Just so much looking forward to all this. So much on the line. Again, how much more on the line can you get than loser out? Everybody wants to go to the Tacoma Dome next week, and this is the step for these two teams. One will be going home, but identical records. First time they're playing this year, so little feeling out process, but we'll see who can make the adjustments. And well, at the end of 32 minutes, who's the better team, and heading toward Tacoma Dome next week.
Yeah, Emerald Ridge kind of dealt with some adversity at the end of January. They lost 3 games in a row to Sumner, Olympia, and Bonnie Lake before bouncing back with wins over Bonnie Lake and Sumner, 2 of the teams they lost to before that mentioned loss to Auburn back on February 19th. For Glacier Peak, again, a battle-tested team, have played a really, really strong competition, whether they were in the 4A classification. They dropped down and played 2A WF West, who they lost to, and 1A Kings, who they defeated. 2 very good girls teams in the state of Washington as well that are top 5 seeds in their respective classifications. So 2 strong teams that played strong competition. We can expect a great battle here tonight in this one, or today, this noon, I guess, technically. Not afternoon yet, so we're just at noon right now.
Yep, starting right on time, as the first game was tight, did not go overtime, so right on schedule. And the second of 6 games here at the UPS Memorial Fieldhouse. Ready to go, Matt.
Drya McGriff going to tip things off for the Emerald Ridge Jaguars against Lily Riechelson. Opening tip controlled by Emerald Ridge. We're off and rolling here in Tacoma. Run the offense will be Samaj Williams, trying to get that one inside. Instead dishes it near wing to Sanaya Fair. Fair try to get this one up top to Layla Kamek. Ball was knocked partially away, but possession kept with the Jags. Attacking down low and getting the first bucket of the ball game is Raymaya Jackson, and the Jags strike first.
Yeah, she just got right to the bucket. She went to her strong hand, and no hesitation there as she saw an angle in the lane. Man-to-man defense. Steal.
Ball knocked away by Layla Kamek. She never had possession of it, they say, so the shot clock stays at 14 for Glacier Peak. Grizzlies get this one in out of the Westco 4A. Pukas, 10 on the shot clock now. Gets the screen, now looking to attack inside. Kicks this one out. She's going to be called for a carry. It's a turnover on the first possession for the Grizzlies after all. Emerald Ridge basketball.
Well, make those calls early in the game. Again, the trend is toward, a little bit loose on the ball handling end of things, but players will adjust.
Samaj Williams going to drive right to the bucket. She is so quick, lays that one up, and in a quick timeout going to be taken by Glacier Peak. Just a 30. We'll keep it here, but that's how fast Samaj Williams can be. She's a special player when she gets going on offense. But so far, we haven't called Drya McGriff's name, and she's normally the star of the show for Emerald Ridge. Shows you how balanced they are.
Yeah, Samaya Williams. You talked about her quickness. We saw it right there as she was dribbling left-handed and just saw, hey, one quick step for me, and I've got a layup. She took it. She was gone. Scored with the left hand, off to a 2-for-2 start, 4-0 early lead. And it looks like Emerald Ridge is going to have a little three-quarter court trap going on here against Glacier Peak.
Sammy Toma inbounding this one. Glacier Peak second possession. Already find themselves in a 4-0 hole without getting a shot off yet. Zoe Ritter over to Pukas. Pukas will now thread the needle. Catch and shoot three for Ricky Miller. Back iron, no good again. Took that three from behind the the college three-point line. They're playing behind the white. That's for high school. The drive, no good from McGriff there. Rebound for Glacier Peak, sorry. I knew that was going to happen eventually. Pukas has this one, moves it up to Toma. Toma now kicks it over to Ricky Miller. Miller dishes it back out, and Glacier Peak will reset. Pukas, little crossover. She'll attack inside. Little fake. Now the fadeaway denied by Ramaya Jackson. Head the other way is going to be Sanaya Fair. Slams on the brakes. Little fadeaway off the glass. No good. Putback is good for Jackson. A 6-0 run for Emerald Ridge to begin the ball game.
Yeah, started it with defense. Started the run with the block shot by Jackson, and she converted at the other end. And, yeah, they're going to be they got to watch out here. I like what I see so far from Pukas. Although she had her shot blocked, she's a floor leader for Glacier Peak. They need to get a good look here.
Toma looking to drive, kicks this one out to the corner. Catch and shoot three for Pukas is good. And the Grizzlies are on the board.
Yeah, much needed. Number 3, Brianna Pukas, the senior guard for Glacier Peak, gets them on the board.
Brianna Pukas just always looks so calm. Now, Samaj Williams looking to attack the other way. Dishes this one out. Inside is Kamek, and she's going to be fouled on the drive. First foul of the ball game goes against the Grizzlies.
You know, Emerald Ridge not afraid to put the shoulder in a little bit on offense and create an angle or create contact. And, of course, when you have the ball in your hands and there's contact, the referees are going to mostly give you the benefit of the doubt.
Zoe Ritter called for the foul. They go inside. Another bucket for Ramaya Jackson. She's got 6 points plus a block. She's doing it all for the Jags.
She muscled that one in. She's 3 for 3 with, as you mentioned, a block shot.
And now she's going to commit a foul. Was trying to rip that one loose out of the hands of Sammy Toma.
You know, Toma turned and just showed the ball, and almost any player seeing the ball that big right in front of them is going to make a move at it, but Jackson got a little arm there.
Pukas, a 3 on the inbound. That one no good. Jackson trying to rip down the rebound. Now there's a scramble for it. Tie up, jump ball, possession arrow favors Glacier Peak.
Basically 4 point-blank shots made by Emerald Ridge already. So that is telling when you can score inside, beat the defense, and score from close range. We'll see if Glacier Peak can make any defensive adjustments, and they also, of course, need to keep their offense going. There's a good screen.
Kicking this one out, now trying to find a driving lane. Pull-up jumper from Ritter. Doesn't go. Rebound taken the other way from Layla Kamek.
Ritter at junior starter. Oh, there's a path to the hoop.
Fair couldn't finish at the rim. One and done for Emerald Ridge as Pukas takes it the other way. Pukas trying to drive by Kamek. Now resets, throws this one out to Sammy Toma. Toma will drive on McGriff. Bounce pass right back to Pukas. Brenna Pukas. Crossover. Kamek knocks that one loose. Another scramble, another jump ball. This time it belongs to Emerald Ridge. And we'll see our first 2 subs of the game as Savannah So checks in for Emerald Ridge. I believe that's Dylan Gordon in for Glacier Peak.
Toma was a little too close to Pukas there. You either set the screen for the screen and roll, or you give her a little bit of room. She was just a little too close, which kept 2 defenders right there in Pukas' way and created that jump ball. And now possession for Emerald Ridge.
Samaj Williams going to be called for a carry. So these officials are not going to let those carries get away. That's 2 carries in the first 4 minutes of this game.
Yep, called by the same official, so he is on that. Needs to have consistency from his partners on that call.
Pukas will slowly bring the ball up the floor, is met by Samaj Williams. She'll use a screen to the left. First time we've had a band here this weekend, by the way, the Emerald Ridge Jaguar Band. Ball knocked loose. It's going to go out of play as I believe Williams might have touched that one when she was on the baseline. Glacier Peak basketball. Midway point of this first quarter, 4 minutes to go, 8-3, the Emerald Ridge lead.
Lucas tried to fight through some contact there, and her team retains possession. There's a great double team.
Gordon to Toma.
Nice
Toma now
by
attacks. Good block there by Kamek.
Yeah, Kamek gets the block.
Savannah So heads the other way, and she's called for a double dribble.
Okay, a couple of unforced errors there on Emerald Ridge. Is just not getting going offensively, mostly due to the Emerald Ridge defense so far, as Samaj Williams picks up full court on Brianna Pukas.
Near wing is Ricky Miller, gets this one up top to Toma. They go down low, quick turnaround, off the glass is good for Ricky Miller. Her first bucket, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, just pretty much the automatic play there, and it worked out.
Samaj Williams drives, throws one up, wanted contact, didn't get it. Pukas heads the other way. Glacier Peak with numbers. Transition 3 for Ricky Miller. That one too strong. Rebound ripped down by Toma. Keeps the possession alive for the Grizzlies. Out to Riechelson. She's going to pull the trigger on a 3. Missed everything, and it's ER ball.
Yeah, they're getting used to the surroundings here, and again, last 2 3-point attempts for Glacier Peak beyond the college line. I like the ball fakes from Riechelson. She didn't come too close on the shot. That's the freshman starter.
Kamek going to take the 3 from just behind the high school line. Was off. And Glacier Peak doing a great job on the boards after the missed Jaguar shots.
Yeah.
With the ball as Ricky Miller fires this one down low. We're going to have a offensive foul, I believe, called on Glacier Peak. No, they call a 3 in the key.
Okay, yeah, it sure didn't look like an offensive foul.
It looked like that's what he signaled. That was
Toma down there inside.
Confusing part, but it is Emerald Ridge basketball. With the ball on the far wing is Fair. Gets this one up top, Savannah So. Now near wing, Samaj Williams trying to get that entry pass into McGriff. McGriff, a nice move, found the angle, split the defenders, and gets the shot to go for her first bucket.
Yeah, excellent footwork for McGriff, the junior scorer, and a nice entry pass from Fair.
Pukas dishes this one. Ricky Miller for 3. That one off the rim, no good. Rebound taken in by Malia Barrage.
Got some confident shooters on Glacier Peak, which, you like to see. No.
Fair going to split the defenders. Again, couldn't finish at the basket.
Yeah.
Couple of missed looks for Emerald Ridge. Pukas kicks this one over. Catch and shoot 3 on the way from Dylan Gordon, and we got our second wedgie of the ball game, or of the day. Had one in the first game where they didn't even need that spare ball. They just had a player jump up and knock it away.
We need Lindsey Smith to jump up there and knock that thing down.
Zoe Ritter checks in for Glacier Peak. It looked like Ramaya Jackson and Layla Kamek back in for Emerald Ridge. Johnny Lee, the Silas athletic director, has a broom on hand to poke that ball out. So again, with the wedgie, it's a jump ball. Possession arrow does belong to Glacier Peak, stays on this end.
1 for 7 from 3 so far for Glacier Peak.
That ball inbounded to Ricky Miller. Now they get in the corner. Dylan Gordon moves it back to the wing to Pukas. Pukas not going to use the screen, kicks it out to Gordon.
Oh.
And losing a ball on the drive was Ricky Miller, but she tracked it back down. Bounce pass to Toma. Toma guarded tightly. Emerald Ridge is right in your face defensively constantly.
Exactly. Tough man-to-man defense for Emerald Ridge.
6 on the shot clock. We're going to have a hand check foul called on the Jags. It's going to go against Sanaya Fair, her first, team second.
Pukas crossed over in front of her, and Fair got that reach-in foul.
1:20 left here in the opening quarter, 10-5. Emerald Ridge doubling up Glacier Peak. The entry pass off the glass is good for Ricky Miller. First player with multiple field goals for Glacier Peak. It's a 3-point game.
Yeah, nice pass by Gordon for the assist.
Barrage gets this one out to Fair. Fair now moves it to Savannah So. Down low to Riechelson Jackson, who loses that one out of play. Another turnover forced by the Glacier Peak defense.
Yeah, now Jackson got the ball a lot of feet away from the hoop there. Her previous touches have been really close to the hoop. She is 3 for 3 from the field.
Final minute of this opening quarter.
A good cut. Good.
Inside off the glass is no good from Zoe Ritter. Ball was tipped out, so both teams have missed good looks at the basket.
Yeah, they set that play up nicely with a high post screen.
Savannah So swings this one to Fair. Fair pull-up jumper from the free throw line. That one was partially blocked. Zoe Ritter got her hand on that. Ball goes out of play. It'll stay on this end with the Jags.
Yeah, Ritter playing a fine floor game. She's 0 for 5 from the field, but she's heady out there on both ends.
Samaj Williams back in to inbound this one for Emerald Ridge.
Let's see what kind of a inbounds play they've got. They got the 4 corners set up. Here's the screen and open.
Gets it into Layla Kamek. She'll reset out to Williams. 11 on the shot clock. Savannah So moves it around to Barrage. Now inside, Samaj Williams has position, slammed on the brakes, kicks to the elbow, jumper for Kamek, no good. Shot clock turned off. Glacier Peak will head the other way. They can hold for the final shot, 14 seconds to go in the first. Looking to blow by everyone was Ritter. She lost it. Savannah So takes it the other way, one-on-one, slams on the brakes. Now tried to dish that one to Jackson. Ball was knocked out of play by Glacier Peak. Emerald Ridge will get the final shot with 4.2. That's one where you'd like to see Williams just take it to the basket.
Well, you know, and then she, as you mentioned, slam on the break. She's done that 3 times now with great footwork, and then she turns, and she had about a 5-footer there, but she elected to pass it off.
Jariah McGriffin, Sanaya Fair just checked back in for ER. I believe that was Lily Riechelson back on for Glacier Peak, 4.2. The inbound to Kamek. Kamek with 2 seconds. Dishes this one. Samaj Williams, a floater at the horn. No good. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. 10-7, Emerald Ridge the lead after one. Second quarter right after this.
At first, it was just a team. Now I can't imagine my life without them.
That coach changed our son. On the field and off.
At Tyler Rental, quality equipment and helpful counter pros save you costly delays. For projects big and small, Tyler has Genie man lifts and forklifts, Deere excavators, welders, and generators, plus new tools from Steel, Milwaukee, and Hilti. While you're in the store, shop for hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and much more. Contractors and homeowners depend on Tyler Rental for selection and well-maintained equipment to avoid downtime. Tyler Rental, 153 Hamilton Road, south of Chehalis.
10-7, the Emerald Ridge lead after a quarter of play here in Tacoma. Loser out for a girls regional basketball here on the E-Line NFHS Sports Networks. Matthew King alongside Joe Withy. Emerald Ridge in the home whites with the green numbers start with possession. Glacier Peak in their road blues with the silver numbers, I guess. Silver gray, a turnover and a foul.
Cross-court pass picked off by Gordon for Glacier Peak.
Layla Kamek picks up the foul as well.
Yeah, she picked up the foul as Gordon was sprinting away from her. But so a turnover on first possession for Emerald Ridge, having a little trouble getting it in.
Savannah So just checked back in for ER, and there's a turnover right back. So a couple of turnovers here to start the second quarter.
Yeah, that pass might have been a little bit hot by Toma. She was racing toward Gordon there. Gordon couldn't come up with it.
Samaj Williams kicks this one over to Riechelson Jackson. She's going to take a 3, left it just short, missed everything, goes out of bounds. Riechelson Jackson has 6 of Emerald Ridge's 10 points, but they're all coming down low. I haven't seen her take a shot from beyond the arc until now.
That was her first miss. She had 3 for 3. Emerald Ridge 5 for 14 in the first quarter. Glacier Peak 3 for 14.
A huge block for Jackson as well on the defensive end. Sammy Toma and the Glacier Peak Grizzlies have kind of settled in now. With the ball is Brenna Pukas. Pukas uses a screen to her right, dishes this one over. Ricky Miller for three. That one off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound for the Grizzlies, taken in by Dylan Gordon. Gordon doing all the little things right off the bench.
Ooh, now there was a little bit of a carry.
Toma drives, draws contact, and Sammy Toma will shoot the first free throws of the ball game.
Yep, got some confident offensive players on Glacier Peak, but they're going up against a tough man-to-man defense. And this will be the first free throw for Glacier Peak.
Ryan McGriff picks up her first. Nobody in this game with multiple fouls yet. First free throw is good.
Senior Sammy Toma.
Saw free throw shooting really be a problem in our first game.
Yeah.
Second free throw now coming for Toma. Up and good. It's 10-9 now. Glacier Peak has been trailing the entire way. Three ball in transition. That is good for Savannah So.
She comes into the game and immediately hits a three-pointer.
I believe that's her first shot.
Yeah.
It's from distance as well. Gets the Jag lead back up to 4. Spinning away from everyone is Sammy Toma. She's going to go right at the basket. Couldn't finish again.
Toma.
McGriff the rebound.
Boy, they need that. That was good steps. Clear, 45-degree angle, layup.
An offensive foul called on Emerald Ridge. And that's on Ryan McGriff. Quickly her second. Zoe Ritter back on the floor for the Grizzlies, and it looks like we'll have a sub for Emerald Ridge as well, as Caitlin Hudgens is on for the first time.
McGriff goes out. McGriff with just a couple of shot attempts, 1 for 2.
13-9 lead for ER.
Here's that three-quarter court mild trap. And they, oh, boy.
Had the steal, but a foul called.
Excellent pressure from Maj Williams there. Just unfortunate to pick up the foul because they were really close to a steal.
Joe, we're not even 2 minutes into this quarter. That's the fourth team foul already on Emerald Ridge. The next one sends the Grizzlies to the line.
Yeah, that's
catch and shoot three for Ricky Miller. She's money. Miller has 7, and it's a 1-point ball game.
Love her confidence, just catch and shoot. That one was from 24 feet.
Layla Kamek drives, kicks this one out to Samaj Williams. Williams splits the defenders, goes right at the bucket, couldn't finish. Good defense by Riechelson there on the help side. And a foul in the backcourt on Samaj Williams, her second, and it's free throws for Glacier Peak.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a close call. Samaj Williams very quick. You know, you're used to seeing a lot of slight contact in basketball the last few years, some slight to more than slight, but the call was made, and Glacier Peak with a chance to tie the game.
Toma buries the first to even this game up. Into the ball game is Sanaya Fair for Emerald Ridge.
Toma 3 for 3 from the foul line.
And a full timeout going to be taken by the Jags. We will take one with them. 13-13 with a free throw still to come for Glacier Peak here in Tacoma.
The weather is changing, and it's time to make sure your vehicle is ready for heavy rain, cold morning starts, plus ice and snow. Schedule an appointment now at Point S Centralia OK Tire to have a multi-point inspection. The pros at Point S will check your shocks, brakes, including fluid, battery, and of course your tires. Point S Centralia OK Tire has the best brand name tires like Cooper, Goodyear, and Nokian in stock and ready to put on. Your new tires also come with a warranty good at over 200 locations. Point S Centralia OK Tire, 1741 Harrison Avenue in Centralia.
13-13 Glacier Peak and Emerald Ridge even here in the second quarter with a free throw still to come for Sammy Toma. Loser out ball game here in the 4A regional round of the state tournament. Matthew King alongside Joe Withy. Game number 2 of 6 here in this one. Or at this venue, I should say. Memorial Fieldhouse at UPS.
Yeah, the quick start for Emerald Ridge. Ramiah Jackson had 3 early buckets in the game, all from inside, but Glacier Peak is weathering the storm, and they've got some confident offensive players, including Sammy Toma, who now has 4 points, all from the line.
Perfect 4 for 4. She's the only player in this game to shoot free throws. Again, Glacier Peak in the bonus, so we've still got 5:30 left here in the second. Inside to Ramiah Jackson. She spins, little fadeaway on the way. She knew that was going the entire time. Puts Emerald Ridge right back in front.
She's got a little repertoire to her offensive game, that's for sure.
Ricky Miller going to drive to the basket, puts it up with the left. No good. Offensive rebound for Riechelson, and she traveled.
Yeah.
Shuffled the feet before she passed it.
She did. Just good recognition from Miller to try and go in. She tried to score with the left hand. Was a little out of control there.
Don't know what the officials saw here. I'm not sure what he was looking for there, but they got situated, whatever it was. 5:05 to play here in the first half. 15-14, Emerald Ridge the lead, a loser out ball game. Ramiah Jackson down low. She has that ball knocked loose, but it's going to be a foul called on Zoe Ritter. It'll be her second. First team foul on Glacier Peak. Ritter, the only player for the Grizzlies with a foul. She's now got 2 of them.
Jackson got the ball a little higher up in the lane, but was immediately double teamed. Got stripped, but the foul called, and here's the 4 corners set off the inbounds play.
Dylan Gordon back in for the Grizzlies. Knocking that one in the backcourt was Ricky Miller. She'll track it down, puts it up off the glass. No good. Ball tipped out of play. It's Emerald Ridge basketball.
Miller with the left hand again. Just maybe take that a little calmer. She's thrown up a couple left hands in the last 30 seconds that haven't been close, but a good play by her. Oh,
attacking
nice.
Here is So couldn't finish.
Good footwork by So to get clear.
Long pass and not able to flag that one down was Riechelson. It's a turnover by Glacier Peak in transition. Yeah. Sub for Emerald Ridge. Zenoria Norse into the ball game for the first time.
Bukas trying to find a player streaking ahead, a little bit too strong on the pass. Emerald Ridge maintains the 1-point lead.
Savannah So near wing, entry pass to Ramiah Jackson. Jackson going to work on the baseline. She's fouled on the drive by Sammy Toma, her first, team second.
Yeah, now in that case, Toma, Jackson is right-handed. She's going to more often want to go right from that far away from the hoop. So make her go left, make her use that offhand. When you're playing man-to-man defense, that's the first thing to recognize.
Jackson very strong, so she can back you down, but she's pretty quick with the ball in her hands. Can beat you off the dribble as well. 3 ball on the way, no good from Savannah So.
Savannah So doesn't mind shooting a contested 3.
The Grizzlies come away with the rebound there as there's a little bit of a scramble for it.
There was.
Brenna Pukas up the floor to Toma, transition 3, no good. Offensive rebound for Glacier Peak, and drawing contact is Lily Riechelson. She'll shoot free throws.
Just got to be impressed with the confidence of these Glacier Peak shooters. That was a long 3 by Toma, and it was in and out, but the freshman Riechelson right in there. Riechelson looking to break into the scoring column.
Norse picks up her first foul. Did you see that little twirl she's got there,
that?
Joe?
That's 100% unique in my history of watching free throw shooters.
A little spin around. It's up. Hey, it's only weird if it doesn't work. She hits them both.
That is a great technique. She can open up a summer camp on that one.
There you go. Maybe that's what you need to hit free throws. I could have used that back in the day. Could have used a lot of other lessons, let's be honest. Sanaya Fair kicks this one over. Driving is Layla Kamek. She'll back out. Over to Fair. Fair crossover. Dishes this one to Norse for 3. That one no good. Good look, though, for Emerald Ridge, but just can't cash in.
Yeah, good look indeed.
Brenna Pukas, after hitting that first 3 of the game for Glacier Peak, has gone a little bit quiet on offense, but she's not really trying to score yet. She's got better options, is attacking. There's Riechelson up and in. No twirl needed on that one.
Yeah.
Lead up to 3 for the Grizzlies. Attacking here is fair. Kicks it out. Kamek will now drive, splits the defenders, gets fouled, and Layla Kamek has free throws in her future.
She got a little extra step there, and I think it was the extra step when the foul occurred, but nonetheless, Kamek looking for her first points of the game.
Dylan Gordon picks up her first foul. Third team foul. First free throw up and good for Kamek. Free throw number 2. On the way for Layla. Got them both.
Good shooting.
So after free throw shooting has been tough at this venue through 3 of the 8 games this weekend, we haven't seen a missed one so far here in game number 4 at UPS. 3 ball on the way for Pukas.
Whoa.
She's got another. She must have heard us up here. Says, nah, I can still score when I need to.
There wasn't much space there, Matthew. She got it off and got it in, and their team has a 4-point lead.
Glacier Peak kind of just stuck with the same concept the entire time and knew it was going to eventually start to work. Raymiah Jackson 3, that's no good. Pukas will slow things up as she brings ball up the floor.
McGriff out of the lineup for several minutes for Emerald Ridge with the 2 fouls.
As well as Samaj Williams. Driving here to the basket is Toma. Gets that scoop shot to go. They called a foul as well. I think the foul's actually going to go against Glacier Peak. So Toma now with 6 points.
Yeah, went to her strong hand. Again, try and make your defender when you're playing defense, a man-to-man defense, especially when you're 20 feet out or so, make your defender go to their offhand, force them to their offhand, and you won't see drives all the way to the hoop very often.
Basket is good. That was the second foul on Gordon, who's in the ball game because of 2 fouls on Zoe Ritter. Attacking here is Kamek. That is denied. Toma got her hand on that one.
She did. Saved a bucket there as Kamek made a nice crab dribble to get through, but then had the shot deflected.
Toma gets this one over to Dylan Gordon. Inside they go, and a foul going to be called on Emerald Ridge. More free throws coming for Lily Riechelson.
Good post up by Riechelson. Good recognition from Gordon. And yeah, the defender was up against it there. Was that so on? I think it was so on Riechelson.
Was so. She picks up her first foul, and there's the twirl from the freshman. Got it to go. Second free throw now for Riechelson. Gets the ball right on her palm. This time it doesn't go. I'm still not going to say anything about the twirl, though. It's
75% is not bad.
I wish I shot 75% any time in my life. So dribbles out over to Kamek. Kamek, a little crossover, trying to get to the basket. Kicks it out.
Oh.
That 3 ball was denied by Ricky Miller. Possession stays alive for the Jags. 7 on the shot clock. Fair with 5 seconds lost it. Kamek's got to get a shot up. 2 seconds. She's going to drive, throw one up. No good. It's a shot clock violation as it just went off the backboard. It's Glacier Peak basketball.
Okay, how about that? Man-to-man defense for Glacier Peak, stepping it up. Again, McGriff out of the lineup with just 2 points. Don't want to get her 3rd foul, and we're not going to be seeing her now the rest of the half as there's just a minute to go. Good look by Blucas.
There's a whistle. No, they're going to have a jump ball called.
Yeah, that looked like a pretty good hand from number 20 there, Sonora Norris for Emerald Ridge, denying Toma.
Jump ball keeps it on this end, though, with the possession arrow. 24-17, the lead for Glacier Peak. There's a turnover. Pass was tipped into the hands of Raymiah Jackson.
Yeah, Soma caused that turnover, so 7-point deficit for Emerald Ridge, who started this game out very strongly.
Fair drive. She's fouled, and she will go to the line for 2. Both teams in the bonus. That foul goes against Glacier Peak's Lily Riechelson, just her first. 42.4 to go in the half. Stick around for the John L. Scott Realty halftime show during the break. We'll recap the first half of action with stats as well. Get you some scores from around the state. All coming up on the John L. Scott Realty halftime show. First free throw is good there from Fair.
First point for Fair, sophomore guard.
Her second free throw. She's got a little twirl, but she knocks them both down.
Yeah, a couple big shots. Cutting into that lead, 40 seconds and under now in the half.
5-point lead for Glacier Peak. They've fought back. Lily Riechelson trying to create some space.
Oh, great pass.
A backdoor cut to Brenna Pukas, who lays it up and in her first 2, but a nice response for the Grizzlies.
Oh, great pass by Riechelson to Pukas.
Shot clock turned off, 17 seconds. Kamek to So, right back to Kamek. She's looking to drive, is cut off. Dishes this one to Norse, now right back to So. 6 seconds. Gets this one to Jackson. Jackson lost it on the baseline. It's a turnover. Glacier Peak with 4 seconds going to have a chance to try to get the ball up the floor.
Yeah, Jackson, you just want her touching that ball a little closer to the hoop. She is not dynamic from 24 feet. She's tried a couple threes, missed those. Has a nice shot.
Riechelson going to throw this one up. They won't get a shot off. And that will bring us to halftime. 26-19. Glacier Peak's got the lead thanks to a big second quarter, a 7-point advantage at the midway point. We'll step aside, come back with that John L. Scott Realty halftime show next here on the E-Line and FHS Sports Networks.
$47.52.
Hey up there. Points. Points!
Everyone knows miles are better than points.
Oh, you fancy miles. That's all you ever talk about.
Stop! I'm telling Dad you used credit.
Bah!
Pish posh. Use me.
What he needs is points.
Think about the repercussions.
It's 10% off if you sign up for a store card.
No. Oh, boy.
It's okay to use credit sometimes. Let's talk about it.
Find a healthier approach to money at GISA.
At Tyler Rental, quality equipment and helpful counter pros save you costly delays. For projects big and small, Tyler has Genie man lifts and forklifts, Deere excavators, welders, and generators, plus new tools from Steel, Milwaukee, and Hilti. While you're in the store, shop for hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and much more. Contractors and homeowners depend on Tyler Rental for selection and well-maintained equipment to avoid downtime. Tyler Rental, 153 Hamilton Road, south of Chehalis.
Thorbeck's Athletic Club is your community fitness destination, with 4 locations in Centralia, Chehalis, Grand Mound, and South Bend. A Thorbeck's membership gains you access to all facilities, including state-of-the-art cardio and strength equipment, group fitness classes, indoor pool, basketball, pickleball, and more. Thorbeck's is more than a gym. They're a support system helping you live healthier and happier. Experience the difference and join the Thorbeck's community today, where everyone belongs.
Nationally known and locally owned, Southwest Washington is home to 6 locally owned Napa stores, providing you with the best quality parts and services you need. With fast access to an inventory of over 400,000 parts, with ASE certified parts specialists ready to help, it's no wonder so many do-it-yourselfers count on Napa Auto Parts. Visit Wilson's Napa Auto Parts in Centralia, Chehalis, Rochester, Tenino, Castle Rock, and the heavy-duty and wholesale location on State Avenue in Chehalis, or go to wilsonnapa.com. Welcome to the John L. Scott Halftime Show. When it comes to real estate, contact the pros at John L. Scott, located at 900 West Main in Centralia. Now let's get back to the ESN crew with all the halftime stats and recaps on the Eli and NFHS sports networks.
Welcome back to Memorial Fieldhouse at UPS, where it's time for the John L. Scott Realty Halftime Show. Get a free market analysis on your property. For Southwest Washington, contact Laura Lee Zuber at the Centralia John L. Scott office. Matthew King here alongside Joe Withy, your halftime score of this 4A loser-out regional girls basketball game. 26-19 the lead for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. It was 10-7 after one in favor of Emerald Ridge. A dominant start for Riechelson. Jackson had 6 points in that first quarter for the Jags. Then fouls started to add up for Emerald Ridge. They started having to sub, couldn't ever get their players in a rhythm because of the constant substitutions, and Glacier Peak absolutely dominated that second quarter, outscoring Emerald Ridge 19-9, and they were doing it in a variety of ways. You got Sammy Toma getting going down low along with Lily Riechelson, then Brenna Pukas, a nightmare from beyond the arc, a couple of threes. Ricky Miller also a three. So for Glacier Peak, they just seem to be able to score at all levels so far in this ball game. And you mentioned for Emerald Ridge, they can't get Riechelson Jackson the basketball underneath the basket. They're getting her well outside of the paint, and that's really affecting her game. And again, you got Samaj Williams and Ryan McGriff both in foul trouble. So for Glacier Peak, it's just those players that you want on the floor consistently are staying on the floor, while consistent substitutions for Emerald Ridge because of the fouls.
Good analysis there, Matthew. Yeah, if you're Emerald Ridge, you're fully confident you can get back in the game. They've got some quickness out front. They've got McGriff with the limited minutes, looking to play her in the second half. Jackson, coaching staff's got she's a big body, a wide body. She is a great target out there, as she showed early in that first quarter, and she can finish, so she needs to stay closer to the hoop and for possible offensive rebounds as well. But boy, you got to hand it to Glacier Peak, as they fell behind right off the bat. But they have, as I mentioned a couple times during that first half, they have some really confident players on offense. They will pull the trigger quickly, and then sometimes the defense can be a little bit tough on you on that, but they still showed their confidence. They made some nice passes. Their defense definitely picked it up in the second quarter. I mean, a 19-9 quarter for Glacier Peak, no matter who's out there, is a real productive quarter, and they had some balanced scoring with 8 from Pukas, 7 from Miller, 6 from Toma, 5 from the freshman Riechelson. So some real balanced scoring out there. And, they've got to get the right people on the court and get them in the right position for Emerald Ridge. I think we're going to have a great second half.
You mentioned the scoring totals for Glacier Peak. For Emerald Ridge. It is 8 from Riechelson Jackson, 3 for Savannah So, and then 2 from 4 different players, Samaj Williams, Ryan McGriff, Layla Kamek, and Sanaya Fair. Both teams shooting free throws very well as well. 7 for 8 are the Grizzlies, 4 for 4 are the Jags. Score updates from around the state, other regional games on ESN. Adna leading Clay Elum at halftime in 2B regional action, 36-24. In 1A girls, the two-time defending champions Nooksack Valley Pioneers lead Hoquiam 30-27 at halftime. Those Grizzlies with quite the fight as well. And more 1A girls, Hoops Seton Catholic leading Zilla 35-22. 5 threes in the first half for Riley Seamer. PL, the number 7 seed for the 1B girls, undefeated. They're trying to make a statement. They lead Waterville Mansfield 14-5 in the second quarter. Reardon leading Napavine girls 17-11 after a quarter of play. The team looking to 5-peat in the 3A girls classification. Garfield on top of Mountain View 12-10 after a quarter of play. And Rainier boys in the 2B action leading Tri-Cities Prep 9-8. All right, that's going to do it for the John L. Scott Realty Halftime Show. We'll step aside, come back with the start of the third quarter, 7-point lead for Glacier Peak here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
What makes a name? You might think it's the game winners or the highlights, but the foundation is ours. Sacrifice and failure. Did you think it was easy? the work behind this name will make it echo forever.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Nationally known and locally owned, Southwest Washington is home to 6 locally owned Napa stores, providing you with the best quality parts and services you need. With fast access to an inventory of over 400,000 parts, with ASE certified parts specialists ready to help, it's no wonder so many do-it-yourselfers count on Napa Auto Parts. Visit Wilson's Napa Auto Parts in Centralia, Chehalis, Rochester, Tenino, Castle Rock, and the heavy-duty and wholesale location on State Avenue in Chehalis, or go to wilsonnapa.com.
The opioid crisis is real, and many families are dealing with this insidious problem. It can attack anyone, from illegal street drugs to legal prescriptions. American Behavioral Health Systems is here to help, and has responded to this issue with our Secure Withdrawal Management Center. It's specialized medication-assisted opioid treatment and detox for low-income and Medicaid-eligible clients. The time is now to free yourself from addiction. For more information, go to AmericanBehavioralHealth.net.
26-19, the lead for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies over the Emerald Ridge Jaguars as we get things set for the start of the third quarter. Matthew King here alongside Joe Withy. Loser out game in the 4A Girls Regional Tournament. Regional round of the state tournament, I should say. Winner going to take on Union at the Tacoma Dome on the opening day of the state tournament on Wednesday.
Glacier Peak stuck it up in that second quarter, as we know, Matthew, 19-9. They won it. Overall for the first half, 33% on 8 of 24, 28% for Emerald Ridge, 7 for 25. So second quarter, a big one for Glacier Peak. A lot of game to go here.
Emerald Ridge gets possession to open up the quarter.
Ooh, she came down with it.
Offensive foul going to be called here.
Samaj Williams.
It's going to go on Williams, her third.
Here we got some man-to-man full court pressure here. This is tough pass.
Strong hands, though, into the front court from Zoe Ritter.
Yeah, she came up with it, so some pressure right away.
Toma drives, has that one blocked. Good defense by Layla Kamek.
Great defense by Kamek. Just stuffed her.
Little crossover gets this one to Williams. Now onto the wing, and Sanaya Fair shuffled the feet. There's those happy feet you were talking about, Mr. Withy. It's a turnover right back to Glacier Peak.
Yeah, this game being called a little tighter than the first game. So a couple of turnovers. No shots yet on 2 possessions for Emerald Ridge.
26-19. There's a little dribble handoff to Lily Riechelson, kicks it out, 3 ball on the way. It is money from Ricky Miller, her second 3. She's in double figures with 10, and the lead is 10 for the Grizzlies.
Oh, boy, she is just super confident.
Samaj Williams takes a 3. That one doesn't fall. Scramble for the rebound, ends up with Glacier Peak. That's the first shot attempt, by the way, of the second half for Emerald Ridge on their third possession. Driving is Riechelson, kind of got stuck underneath the basket. Good defense from McGriff. There's a scramble, jump ball, belongs to Glacier Peak.
Exactly. Riechelson needed to go up on the other side of the rim. A little reverse, either a right hand or something on the other side, because there was too much defense going on her side.
Bounce pass inside to Ritter. Ritter puts that shot up, couldn't get it to go. Scramble for the rebound. Riechelson had it, but she dragged that pivot foot. And no, we're going to have a foul called, I believe, on Glacier Peak first. Or are they saying a timeout was called?
Okay, this is interesting. Foul would take precedence over the travel, but there's also the timeout element. Let's see what we got.
See what the decision ends up being here.
Yep.
Subbing into the game is Dylan Gordon.
4 shots already for Glacier Peak. Of course, Miller hit the 3, and only 1 shot attempt so far for Emerald Ridge.
They called a foul on Zoe Ritter is what the official call is going to be, so her 3rd.
Yeah, that's big. Ritter didn't score in the first half, but she's a big part of that team.
She was in foul trouble
Yeah.
in that first half, and that continues. Although Gordon's played some really good minutes off the bench for her. Emerald Ridge, though, trying to get their first bucket of quarter number 3. Samaj Williams step back 3 on the way. Back iron, no good. 1 and done yet again for Emerald Ridge.
Good screen out on the boards for Glacier Peak. Easy rebound.
Transition 3, Ricky Miller, heat check, left it short. It's Sanaya Fair the other way. Over to Williams. Williams going to drive. She's cut off. Good defense from Pukas. Out to Fair. Now Remaya Jackson for 3 around the world and out. Ryan McGriff tipped that one, but right to a Grizzly. Long pass up the floor. Dylan Gordon resets. 3-ball. Ricky Miller straight on. It is good. That one was good no matter what level she was playing at.
Exactly. Ricky Miller, senior guard. You just got to get on her. She's going to let it fly, and she can shoot.
32-19. That's her 3rd 3 of the game. A whistle and a foul. I think they're getting Pukas here.
They are. She just had a kind of a light reach in there, but again, this game being called a little tighter than the first game.
First on Pukas, second team foul.
Yeah, that's good for Glacier Peak. Pukas, their point guard and main ball handler, of course.
And to my recollection, I don't think she's been out of this ball game yet.
Okay.
Lob into Layla Kamek. She goes inside to Ryan McGriff. McGriff draws a triple team. She's fouled. And are they going to say this is on the shot? They're going to get together to make sure they've got the same call.
Yeah, Coach.
And it will be a shooting foul.
Okay. Coach Arvin Mosley right there at the riffs on that. A good hand. I mean, the pressure was there, but the foul was called.
And now that's the 3rd on Dylan Gordon, who's playing because of the foul trouble for Ritter.
McGriff, they need to get McGriff going, their junior scorer.
Short on the first one.
Of course, she had limited minutes in that first half. Put on the bench after her 2 fouls. Didn't play hardly a bit in that second quarter.
Free throw number 2 for McGriff.
Surprise.
Splits them. First point of the half for Emerald Ridge right there.
Big deficit right now for Emerald Ridge. Third quarter hasn't started great for them.
32-20, the Glacier Peak lead. Riechelson looking to drive. Nice backdoor cut from Pukas, just overshot it. It's a turnover back to the Jags. That's the second time they run that play. This time it doesn't work.
Yeah, they connected really nicely there in the last couple minutes of the first half, those two.
It was there again, just the pass was a little bit off. See if they go back to it a little bit later. Kamek gets the elbow, kicks this one. Samaj Williams for 3, no good. Rebound for Remaya Jackson. The putback, that's short. Ryan McGriff the rebound. She's tied up. We're going to have a jump ball possession, or we'll keep it on this end with Emerald Ridge. These two teams not afraid of tying up one another. Multiple jump balls in this ball game. 5:01 to play in quarter number 3. Fair going to try and get this one in. Does to a cutting Kamek off the glass, and it's good. Layla Kamek gets it down to a 10-point game.
Kamek is that was her first field goal of the game. I like her out there. I like her floor game, and she can shoot from the outside. Oh, good anticipation there by Fair on the defense.
Ricky Miller, that one in and out. If that one would have dropped, she's shooting everything on every possession for a while for Glacier Peak. Samaj Williams runs point. Over to Kamek on the far wing. Layla gets a screen from McGriff. Little pick and roll. Jumper taken by Kamek. No good. Rebound taken in by Toma, and she's fouled by Raya McGriff, her 3rd.
Yeah, just a touch foul. I mean, the rebound was secured by Glacier Peak. And McGriff, just a little touch foul. She stays in the game. Yeah, they need their best players out there, trailing by 10.
32-22.
6 points for Glacier Peak this half, both on threes from Miller. Good defense out front.
Pukas is cut off, gets this one to Miller on the far wing. Now up top is Sammy Toma. 3-ball on the way from Pukas. That one's good. It's raining threes for Glacier Peak. The lead right back up to a dozen.
Pukas having a great game. She's 4 for 6 from the field. She's got 3 3-pointers.
6 threes for Glacier Peak.
There you go.
Inside, Ryan McGriff, little fade away. Count it, plus the foul.
Boy, I don't like to see her fading away that much on her shot. She still got it to go with her size and touch. Just go up straight.
First foul on Ricky Miller in the game.
There is some offense right there for Emerald Ridge. 3-point play from McGriff, helping to bring them back.
30-second timeout taken by Emerald Ridge. We'll stay right here. McGriff getting the three the old-fashioned way. Gets it back to 10, but again, with how Glacier Peak's shooting the three, they're not scoring inside the arc, but every time Emerald Ridge goes on a little bit of a run, you know, they're not really getting their offense going. But 1-3 completely undoes all the hard work of the Jags.
The threes are just devastating to a defense, and Glacier Peak is 3 for 5 in this quarter. Pukas hitting and Miller just 4 good looks, 1 in and out, 1 hit front rim, the other 2 nothing but net. So you gotta watch Miller. You do not want to give her an open shot, even from 25 feet. And she's not looking to put the ball on the floor much, but she does have 13 points in the game. She had a couple twos in that first half.
You can say that for Glacier Peak as a team. They're not dribbling too much. It's a lot of passing.
Yeah.
1 or 2 dribbles and a pass.
Okay.
Press coming from Emerald Ridge. Brenna Pukas will bring it up the floor.
With a good defender on her, Kamek.
Over on the wing to Dylan Gordon. Gordon, a quick pass over to Riechelson. Now back to Pukas. Pukas will attack. Trying to find some space, weaves through traffic. They're going to move it to the corner. 3-ball, Ricky Miller, no good. Ryan McGriff the rebound. A chance for Emerald Ridge to cut it back to single digits.
Miller has that quick trigger. She could have taken just a half split second more to right herself there. She was that open, but no complaints on her shooting.
Williams' little running floater from far out. That shot was off.
We need to get shots from Jackson and McGriff.
Oh, there's a steal from Williams. Heading the other way is Kamek. She's looking to attack Pukas. A little reverse, a foul called. And Layla Kamek's head to the line for 2 as Brenna Pukas picks up her second.
Pukas denies the layup, but picks up her second foul this quarter. Kamek is, looks like she's 2 for 2 from the line, Matthew.
That's what I've got her as. Her first here in the second half. Around the world and out.
And we do have some nice soft rims here at the UPS Memorial Fieldhouse.
Sonoria Norse back on for Sanaya Fair for Emerald Ridge. Second free throw.
Oh.
No good either. Missed opportunity. So that all of a sudden, that's a good foul for Brenna Pukas. Instead of an easy layup, 0 for 2 on the free throws. She's got the ball here.
Oh, good.
Gets around Kamek, tries to step through traffic, and a reach and foul. This is going to be on McGriff, her 4th.
How about that stop and go from Pukas right there? That was some really strong ball handling, some really strong dribbling, as Kamek is quick, and she left her, and her teammate bailed her out of the layup, but the foul was called.
Seen the last of McGriff likely for this third quarter.
Oh.
Nice give inside. Easy bucket for Ricky Miller.
Just excellent coaching right there, and a little bit of sleep was Emerald Ridge on the defensive end. That's why zoning those inbounds plays underneath the hoop gives you a little better opportunity as a defense.
Williams tried to go into Jackson. There's a whistle and a foul. I think they're going to get Toma here.
Yeah, Jackson's.
They're going to get Riechelson away from the ball. That'll be her second, and that's the 15 foul. Riechelson is saying, I committed that?
She didn't, no. They got that wrong.
Free throw for Jackson is good.
The foul was Toma, as you called it.
Both their numbers have a 2 in them, I guess, but second free throw for Jackson, also good.
Big free throws, under 10.
Jackson has 10. 37-27. Again, Emerald Ridge in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. They've committed 4 fouls. The next one sends the Grizzlies to the line as well. Down low, Riechelson. She's going to spin, and she is getting mugged by Norse. Norse picks up her second. Free throws coming for Riechelson.
Glacier Peak has skills with the ball in their hand. They've got, for a freshman, Riechelson had a nice head fake there.
Riechelson at 5'10" had the 6-inch height advantage there over Norse. First free throw no good for Riechelson. End of the ball game will be Jocelyn Springer for the first time for Emerald Ridge. Free throw number 2 for Riechelson. That one is good. Splits them, gets it back to an 11-point lead. Reichelson's got 6, 4 of those coming from the line. Williams kicks this one out. 3 for Kamek on the way. Back iron, no good.
Good screen.
Good
out.
block out there by Sammy Toma. And then she's fouled as well.
Yeah, fundamentals.
They're actually calling that a foul on Toma. That looked clean to me, but Toma's going to pick up her second.
Boy, if I'm a coach, I am dumbfounded on that one.
And I think Coach Brian Hill's going to agree with you there, Joe.
Whoa, you just don't see that.
So Raymaya Jackson gets 2. First one no good.
That is a really odd call. And the referee's describing there to Coach Hill that she just kept clearing her out. Might have missed that part.
I have to agree with Coach Hill on this one. Second free throw for Jackson. Up and good. So she splits them. It's back to a 10-point game, which it feels like it's been for most of this third quarter. 1:46 to go in quarter number 3. Miller gets this one inside. Dylan Gordon kicks it out. 3 ball. Toma, no good. Rebound controlled by Jackson. She's fouled. Ricky Miller going to pick up her second, and Emerald Ridge will walk down to the other end for 2 more free throws for Raymaya Jackson.
Not a good foul there by Miller. Jackson had already secured that rebound. Jackson with 11 points. 3 out of 4 from the line in this half.
All of her free throws have come in the last couple minutes of game time. She hits the first. Gets it back to single digits for the first time since halftime when it was 26-19.
Okay, good
Second
shooting.
Free throw good.
Jackson keeping her team in the game at the line. 5 points here recently. Kamek on Pukas there. That's a good matchup.
In the corner is Riechelson. She's cut off. Good defense. Savannah So had the help side into travel called on Glacier Peak.
Yeah, that was Riechelson just got herself into trouble there.
You got to give a lot of credit to Savannah So coming over for that double team.
Yeah, caused
threw everything off.
The pressure caused Riechelson to go down. That was a clear travel. So
Williams inside to Jackson. Jackson a little jumper. That's good. Raymaya Jackson catching fire. She's up to 15, tied with Ricky Miller for the game high.
Jackson with a lot of different shots.
Final minute of the third quarter, and it's a 6-point game all of a sudden.
Oh.
There's a give to Pukas. She wasn't quite ready for it. A scramble. We're going to have a whistle and a foul called on Glacier Peak here.
And that'd be the third on Pukas, huh?
More free throws for Raymaya Jackson. And again, Emerald Ridge is cutting into this deficit with the clock stopped.
That's right. That was the Michelson-Pukas combination on the pass, and pass was just maybe a split count too late. Puka's not able to come up with it.
Looks like they're going to clean a spot on the floor. Or those players just went down. I think they're also going to clean off the basketball. Looks like our official's looking for a towel to dry off the ball.
12-point lead down to 6 here in the last minute of the third quarter. Jackson has brought her team back. And McGriff on the bench again for Emerald Ridge. McGriff has come through with 4 points in this third quarter. So it's pretty much, other than Kamek's one bucket, it's been all Jackson and McGriff.
Jackson scored 7 here in the quarter. McGriff with 4. I mentioned the other 2 for Layla Kamek. Free throw for Jackson, her first. Up and good.
Boy, she's got a nice relationship with the hoop going right now. Sophomore Ramaya Jackson.
Again, it was just the second quarter where she was held quiet. Glacier Peak did a great job of keeping her away from the basket, but now she's just drawing fouls on both ends of the floor. Hits them both. It's a 4-point game. Jackson's got 17. 38-34. Up the floor goes Pukas. Going to dish this one over to Lily Riechelson. Up top they go to Sammy Toma. Toma gets inside. Needs some help. Kicks this one out. That pass was partially deflected. 36 seconds left here in the quarter. And a whistle and a foul. I think they're going to get Kamek here.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much have to make that call with going with all the other calls this quarter. Kamek with the bump on the dribbler. And you've got Toma at the line, who's proven to be a good foul shooter.
It's the second on Layla Kamek.
Kamek's a good defender.
First free throw coming up for Sammy Toma. She's got 6 points in the game. The first one up, and no good. It's her first miss from the charity stripe.
Yeah.
4 of 5 now.
I've talked about how kind the rims are. We've seen a few free throws swirl out here in the third quarter.
Reagan Tracy checks in for the first time for Glacier Peak as a defensive sub for Pukas. They just don't want her picking up her 4th foul playing defense.
Yeah, good move.
Second free throw is good for Toma. She splits them. Lead up to 5 for the Grizzlies.
Get the ball in Jackson's hand if you can. Jackson needs to work a little bit. She's just standing still. You need to move your feet a little bit, create different angles. Not really looking for her here.
Gives one Samaj Williams trying to find space. She's going to drive, overran the basketball. Nice little pump fake to reverse. Great weak side defense there, sliding over from Gordon.
Yeah.
7 seconds. Glacier Peak got to hurry. 5 now as they bring the ball up the floor. Sammy Toma thought about a 3. She'll pass, and she's fouled. Toma's going to get 2 free throws with 1.3 left in the quarter.
Just a tough foul on Williams there. But, again, that's how this game has been officiated. Not saying anything that it wasn't a foul. They're just a lot of touch fouls.
And that's the 4th on Samaj Williams. Even worse, Joe.
Yeah.
Free throws here for Toma, her first. No good. 1.3 left here in the third quarter. Second free throw coming up for Toma. Split on her last trip. She won't split here, and we're going to go to the 4th. 39-34 the lead for Glacier Peak, but Emerald Ridge has momentum. 1 quarter to go here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
So for the parents that are interested in learning about Core Plus and what it can do for their children, just know that it's one of the bigger opportunities that you can get in high school. It is such an opportunity. Find the neighboring schools that have it. There's an opportunity there to not just learn skills, but a career path.
Are you interested in continuing your athletic career? If so, Centralia College could be the place for you. Our programs here are designed to inspire and help kids evolve and grow individually, both on and off the field. If all of that sounds great, Come join us here at Centralia College.
39-34 is the lead for Glacier Peak over Emerald Ridge as we begin the fourth quarter of play here at UPS at Memorial Fieldhouse. Matthew King here alongside Joe Withy. Kim King running camera for us as well. 1 quarter to go in this season for one of these teams, while the other one going to move on to take on Union on Wednesday at the Tacoma Dome to open up the state tournament from the Dome at least. Again, the regional round part of the state tournament. Possession going to start with Glacier Peak. It was a 15-13 quarter in favor of Emerald Ridge, but it felt like Glacier Peak had momentum early, and Emerald Ridge had to fight back. Pukas back on the floor with 3 fouls. She's going to try and get around a defender. Pukas kicks this one over. 3 ball on the way from Ricky Miller. No good. Ball tipped around. Emerald Ridge has it. And a stoppage of play as Savannah So is down on the court.
Yeah, she had made contact, got the worst of that. Emerald Ridge came out in a zone defense for the first time. Got to keep your eye on Miller, who missed the 3 to start the quarter.
So has been really good on defense. Take a look at her. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a quick break. Be back right after this.
We all know that we'll eventually need a will. Eventually. How about right now? Trust and Will has taken the process of creating your will and made it easy. Like while you're lounging on the couch, easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys, but customized by you. One question at a time. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and start at just $199. That's not a typo. Find the plan that's right for you at trustandwill.com.
Savannah So walking off the court on her own power. That's great news. Hopefully she's able to get back into the ball game, and I think they want to clean up where she was down on the court. She's been really good defensively, so hopefully we're able to see Savannah back in. It looks like the sub will be Sonoria Norse.
Man-to-man defense for Glacier Peak. You've just got to look at Jackson. She hit 7 out of 8 free throws in the third quarter.
Well, Joe, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the first half. We saw her sub out a couple of times. She could have just been gassed, and they just didn't want to take her off the floor because she's a distraction when she's still on the court. So we'll see if she's got energy here. We'll find out on the next possession as Emerald Ridge just throws that one away.
Yeah, that was a poor pass by Norris. Her teammate was creating a lead there and then looked away. Just miscommunication.
Near side, Brenna Pukas. Dribbles it to the wing, now hands this one off. 3 ball for Sammy Toma, no good. Ball tipped around, secured by Jackson.
Good look for Toma. A lot of 3-point attempts in the second half for Glacier Peak. Of course, they have hit 3.
Driving right to the basket, not able to finish with Sanaya Fair.
Jeez, good drive by Fair.
Raya McGriff and Samaj Williams for Emerald Ridge, each with 4 fouls. They are currently on the bench.
Kamek on defense, hounding Pukas. Kamek is a
deep 3 on the way from Miller, missed everything, and right on cue, here come Samaj Williams and Raya McGriff.
Okay. Yeah, Miller just, again, a little bit of a quick shot from more like 28 feet that time. She was way beyond the college line.
That was Damian Lillard and Steph Curry range.
That was, and she didn't have anybody really close to her. She doesn't put the ball on the floor much.
Fair lost her defender, but lost her dribble too. Throws that one up. Knocking it loose was Riechelson. Heading the other way is Sammy Toma. Puts it up with the left. Couldn't get it to go. Put back from Riechelson. Doesn't go. Gets another rebound. She's fouled, and this might be the 5th on McGriff. It is. Raya McGriff has fouled out of this ball game with still 6:26 to go.
That is an unfortunate set of circumstances for Emerald Ridge, for sure.
Savannah So's going to come back in for Emerald Ridge along with Nyla Lacey. So McGriff just came back in and immediately picks up the 5th.
Offensive rebounding there. A couple offensive rebounds for Glacier Peak.
First free throw is good for Lily Riechelson.
He's 5 out of 7 at the line.
Second free throw now for the freshman. Up and good. Got them both. The lead back to 7. 41-34. 6:20 to play in this loser out ball game. Samaj Williams, little crossover, trying to go to work inside. Kicks it out. Savannah So, the extra pass. Jackson for 3. Good! Raymaya Jackson buries a 3. She's got 20 and gives the Jags some life.
She has got to touch the ball on the offensive end, and they are just not setting up plays for her.
And a travel called on Glacier Peak.
Yeah. Tacoma shuffled their feet. We've seen that call in this game. And so big swing here. The three-pointer can get you right back in it, and it knocked that 7-point deficit down to 4. Come over to the other side of the court, Emerald Ridge, where Jackson is.
Williams gives this one to Nyla Lacey. Williams now attacks. Going to dish this one to Kamek. Kamek back to Williams. She's going to pull the trigger on a 3. That one's no good. Rebound corralled by Zoe Ritter.
Now, Williams has just been a little cold, and I'm just strangely they won't go to the other side. Steal.
There's a takeaway. Savannah So lost the ball in transition. Taking it right back was Brenna Pukas.
Yeah, Miller with the poke check. Pukas came up with the ball.
Pukas gets it now over to Miller. Inside the go. Riechelson kicks this one out. One extra pass leads to a 3 ball. No good from Dylan Gordon. 1 and done for the Grizzlies. 5 minutes ago, a 4-point ball game. So almost traveled. Great job by her to keep that toe down.
Yeah.
Samaj Williams. Step back 2 on the way. The bank's open for Samaj. See if that one gets her going, Joe.
That's her first bucket after 11 misses. As she started the game with a bucket and hits a big one for her team. They're only down 2.
Into the corner, 3 ball on the way. Ricky Miller couldn't get it to go. Jackson the rebound. She's fouled. This is going to be on Sammy Toma, her third. Miller, just the first foul of the quarter.
Oh, boy. Miller started, of course, with those 2 huge threes in the third quarter. She's missed 5 straight now, and they are settling for the 3, and their percentages really dropped. Of course, Pukas hit one in the third, too, fairly early on.
Sanaya Fair just checked back in for the Jags. Samaj Williams has the ball far wing, going to get the screen from Raymaya Jackson. Will now attack, splits the defense, gets fouled, and Williams going to shoot 2.
Okay, Williams going to shoot free throws for the first time.
Trying to tie this one up. That foul goes against Zoe Ritter, her 4th. So Williams, her first 2 free throws, as you just pointed out, Joe. First one up, back iron, no good.
Maya Jackson has hit her last 2 field goal attempts, and she's 6 out of 7 from the foul line, or 7 out of 8 from the foul line in the second half. And she needs to touch the ball.
Missed them both, did Williams.
Oh, that is, that hurts, of course. 4 minutes to go.
Up the floor, Sammy Toma. This ball moved around from Brenna Pukas. Now near wing to Toma. They go inside. Beautiful take there from Zoe Ritter, her first bucket of the ball game.
Yeah, exactly. What a big time. Good passing, high post, back outside, a cut, and a layup.
Williams, a pull-up 3, missed everything, and that's a shot. You can't take a shot that early.
Well, I'm sorry, but Jackson, coach for Emerald Ridge, Coach Arvin Mosley, he has got to get the ball over to Jackson's side of the court.
He can call the plays, but the players have to get the ball over.
Yeah,
with the basketball here is Brenna Pukas. They go inside.
Oh.
Nice feed there from Ritter, but I don't think Riechelson was ready for it. A timeout was taken by Glacier Peak before the scramble. Just a 30-second timeout for the Grizzlies. We'll keep it here. 43-39, 3:27 to go. But I agree with you. It's been multiple possessions since we've seen Riechelson Jackson touch the basketball. She's got a game-high 20 points. And really everyone else for the Jags is pretty cold shooting the ball right now.
Well, in this half, Kamek made a 2, her first bucket of the second half, her first shot. McGriff had just 4 points on, again, very limited playing time. Samaj Williams made a bucket recently, but her shooting percentage is way down there low. And Jackson is just, she's just feeling so confident offensively, yet she's not getting the touches. Her last shot was a successful 3. She's 7 out of 8 from the foul line. I'd just get her the ball.
Grizzly basketball, 4-point lead, 3:22 to go.
Extending that zone defense.
Pukas over to Sammy Toma. The drive inside, couldn't get it to go. Ball goes out of play. Last touch by Glacier Peak. It's Emerald Ridge ball.
Toma getting stripped right underneath the hoop. Good pass to her, not able to connect inside. 4-point game. Ball
Good defense by Riechelson down low on Jackson. Savannah So dribbles out. Over to Kamek. Back to So.
Jackson's cutting to the ball.
Draws a double team attacking here and not able to finish with Sanaya Fair. She wanted a foul, didn't get it.
Yeah, under
Credit
heavy
Glacier
pressure.
Peak. They know that Jackson's the hot hand. They're trying to take her away. They're playing very tight defense and double teaming her when possible.
But you've got to agree, they haven't even been looking at her very much.
Ritter lost that one on the drive. There's a scramble for it. Jackson on it, but a jump ball. Possession arrow does favor Emerald Ridge, so they will take possession with 2:31 to go, down by 4. They want to clean the floor yet again.
Emerald Ridge has the momentum. As they close the deficit, they were down 12 early in the second half. Now just down 4, got it as low as 2. They've got the top offensive player in the game on their team in Riechelson Jackson, the sophomore. I'm going to say it again. She needs to get the ball in her hands on the offensive end. She's got a little fall away. She's hit, what is she? She's 1 for 4 from 3-point range. But big body who can draw a foul, and 7 out of 8 from the line. So let's see what their offensive set is here. They're going to Jackson's side of the court. Jackson shoving off a little bit, a little
try to
pass.
get that one to Jackson, but again, Glacier Peak, they're doubling her, Joe. Ricky Miller, the steal, they got 2 of their best defenders. Someone else is going to have to step up to at least earn some respect from this Grizzly defense. Otherwise, they're going to say, hey, we're just going to take away Jackson constantly. You can take all the time you want. 3-ball, Pukas, no good. Scramble for the rebound. It ends up with Fair. Fair takes it the other way. 2-on-3 in favor of the Grizzlies. Emerald Ridge will slow it up. Samaj Williams looks to attack. Dishes this one. Kamek corner 3. That one's no good. Rebound taken down by Ritter.
Good look from Kamek. Still a 4-point game. Pukas an outstanding ball handler, and Kamek an outstanding defender on her. Look at Pukas go with that left hand as well as the right.
And Pukas is just trying to kill time, it looks like. Pull-up jumper for Ritter from the elbow. It's good.
Ritter did not score in the first half, and she has come up with 2 big buckets here in the fourth, Matthew.
The closer is what you can call her. Samaj Williams drives. She's going to be fouled. I think they're going to get Riechelson before that contact on a little bit of a reach.
Okay, yeah, because at the end of the play, Ritter took a charge, but the foul was before that. No charge.
They do call the foul on Riechelson, her third. 2 free throws coming for Samaj Williams.
6-point game. Williams went to the line just a couple minutes ago. Need a little better result.
First one, not so much. She misses it. 0 for 3 from the line. Might have jinxed him at halftime when I talked about how well both teams were shooting free throws. Number 2 for Samaj is good. She splits them. It's a 5-point game. And a full timeout taken by Emerald Ridge. We'll take one with them. 45-40, Glacier Peak the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
At Tyler Rental, quality equipment and helpful counter pros save you costly delays. For projects big and small, Tyler has Genie man lifts and forklifts, Deere excavators, welders, and generators, plus new tools from Steel, Milwaukee, and Hilti. While you're in the store, shop for hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and much more. Contractors and homeowners depend on Tyler Rental for selection and well-maintained equipment to avoid downtime. Tyler Rental, 153 Hamilton Road, south of Chehalis.
45-40 is the lead for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Here in Tacoma, Matthew King alongside Joe Withy, the winner to take on Union on Wednesday at the Tacoma Dome, the loser on to Spring Sports. We've got a good finish coming up, Mr. Withy, once again.
You bet. There's some good individual defenders on that Emerald Ridge team. But, boy, if you can get the ball in the hands of Pukas, the senior point guard, Brenna Pukas, just an outstanding ball handler. Ooh, hard.
And get this one in. They try to get it to Pukas. Drawing the foul, though, first was Ritter. It's only the second team foul on Emerald Ridge here in the fourth quarter. So they might just be trying to pick up those fouls so they don't have to foul as much when they need to.
That's important. You bet.
It's on Fair, her third.
Watch. No threat of a long pass.
Samaj Williams is off the floor right now because she has 4 fouls. Another foul called on Emerald Ridge.
Nice spin move by Ritter. Right-hander goes to her left with a spin to clear herself.
That's Fair's 4th. Now she can't pick up another foul. Third team foul. And another foul going to be called on Savannah So, her second. And now the next one sends the Grizzlies to the free throw line. And now I got to think you don't want to be too aggressive in going for the foul. You're down 5. You don't just want to be giving them free throws for the last minute.
Yeah, the shot clock resets every time there's a foul. So there was an almost intentional foul by Kamek.
They were trying to foul, and I don't know about that decision.
Little delayed call there. Pukas goes right to the line where she has not shot a free throw, but your senior ball handler and leader, you got to think that she's a competent free throw shooter.
That's the 5th foul on Fair. She just fouled out there. So Sanaya Fair just picked up 3 fouls.
Wow.
Rapidly and is out of the ball game. Kamek's trying to say that foul was on me. The official's going to get together. I think they might change who this foul's on. It is on Alayla Kamek.
Which is what I saw.
That's what I saw.
The first intentional contact was from Kamek.
That's the 3rd team foul. No argument from Glacier Peak, which means they probably saw the same thing. First free throw good for Pukas. Samaj Williams checks back in.
Of course, every point just huge right now for either team.
Second free throw for Pukas. Also good. 2 huge free throws to get the lead up to 7. 13 points.
Your senior leader makes a couple free throws.
So drives to the bucket. A whistle and a fouler and call a block.
Wow.
2 free throws coming for Savannah So.
So really out of control, going hard to the hoop. Hey, she put the pressure on the defense and she got the call.
That's 4 now on Pukas with 46.1 left. Again, for Emerald Ridge, though, you got to hit these free throws. It's not enough to just get to the line. You got to score.
Yeah, I mean, since Jackson's been to the line, they're just 1 for 4 from the foul line, and that was Williams. So with a chance here with the clock stopped.
2 free throws coming for Savannah So, her first trip to the line.
Yeah, she made her first shot of the game, a three-pointer.
Misses the first. Back on the floor, Malia Barrage. Again, just trying to keep Samaj Williams off the floor with 4 fouls when they're getting ready to play defense.
8 missed free throws this half for Emerald Ridge.
Second free throw good for So. Whistling a timeout taken by Emerald Ridge. We're going to keep it here with 46.1 to go. Emerald Ridge, just 1 timeout remaining. Make sure you stick around for an abbreviated Alderson's Awards West post-game show. Again, we just kind of roll right into the next game, so we're going to make it quick so we can set up the next stream. We will quickly recap this one along with scoring totals and name our Thorbeck's MVP of the ball game and get things set again. We got one more girls game coming up next before we hop on over to the boys for the final 3 of the night. It'll be a protected 3A girls game. The 2 teams guaranteed to get to the Tacoma Dome. Kennewick gonna take on North Thurston, the 7 versus 2 seed matchup. North Thurston lost their first game of the season against Olympia. They haven't lost since. They have been rolling right along, a fun team to watch, but that Kennewick team, they are scrappy as can be. Should be a good one.
Got man-to-man, full court pressure, of course, by Emerald Ridge.
Pukas is fouled by Kamek immediately. That's the 4th on Kamek. And Pukas going to go try and make this a 3-possession game once again with 2 free throws. She just needs one of them to get the lead back up to 7.
Ideally, you can create a double team. You try and get the steal before the foul. Can't wait too long, of course, with a 6-point deficit to foul, but
first free throw good for Pukas.
How about the senior Pukas? 3 for 3 from the line here in the last minute. She's up to 14 points in the game.
Shot number 2 for Pukas. The point guard buries them both.
That is so important to a team's success.
Roll the ball up the floor. The ball's not really moving, so it's not really helping Emerald Ridge. Samaj Williams looking to just drive right at the basket.
Cut.
Got by everyone and lays it up and in.
Great cut by Williams and a quick score.
Final timeout taken by Emerald Ridge. Again, we're going to keep it right here. Samaj Williams with 6, 38.5, a 6-point game. Matthew King and Joe Withy here. And I don't think there's any question who Glacier Peak's trying to get the basketball to. It's their point guard, Brenna Pukas.
Just an outstanding ball handler, left or right-handed. She's going to play somewhere next year. I'm not sure where. She's she is also 3 out of 5 from the 3-point line as Pukas. And her ball handling, her vision is tremendous, and the clutch free throw shooting has kept her team ahead. Pretty good lead, counting time left, as they are up by 6 and withstanding the pressure from Emerald Ridge, who has some good individual defenders. They really need to force the inbounds passes into a corner and get a double team if they can. Easier said than done, but that's the ideal on a pressure after a made basket.
49-43, the lead for Glacier Peak. Again, 38.5, no more timeouts for Emerald Ridge.
Long pass should be in play here. They just haven't been looking at that.
And it's going to be Zoe Ritter being fouled. She'll shoot the 2 free throws.
And that was double team area right there. But they didn't do it. They went for the foul. So 35.9. Ritter did not score, as we said, the first half. She's made 2 big buckets here in the 4th quarter.
Barrage picked up her first. First free throw is money for Zoe Ritter. Glacier Peak closing this show out at the charity stripe.
Starting junior guard.
Saying, hey, you enjoy all those 2s you want. We're going to keep this lead at 3 possessions. Second free throw is no good, but it's still a 7-point lead. 32 seconds left. Fair, long pass over to Samaj Williams. Her three ball is off. Rebound ripped down by Sammy Toma. She's fouled. Toma will shoot free throws, and that should do it.
Just a really strong team effort from Glacier Peak. At halftime, they had scorers with 8, 7, 6, and 5 points. And, of course, Miller started the second half with those 2 huge three-pointers. Pukas has been there the whole game. Ritter with 5 points. And Toma has filled up the stat sheet this half as well. I say that she only has 2 points, but she has been around, and those are 2 big free throws. And you're right. Heady play by Michelson as she creates the jump ball and the possession arrow. A little sloppy. Riechelson was the only player in that side of the court for Glacier Peak, yet she came up with the inbounds pass as they tried to roll it up and save some time.
Bench going to be cleared out for Emerald Ridge. We're going to see Jocelyn Springer check in, along with Nyla Lacey, Ainsley Mullenbrook, and Glacier Peak will just dribble this one out. So the Grizzlies survive and advance with the 52-43 victory, and Glacier Peak headed to the Tacoma Dome, where they will take on Union in the opening round on Wednesday in a loser-out game. But they are dancing on as Glacier Peak survives, again by a final score of 52-43. We'll step aside, come back, wrap this one up with a quick Alderson's Awards West postgame show next here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
We all know that we'll eventually need a will. Eventually. How about right now? Trust and Will has taken the process of creating your will and made it easy. Like while you're lounging on the couch, easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys, but customized by you. One question at a time. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and start at just $199. That's not a typo. Find the plan that's right for you at trustandwill.com.
47-52.
Hey up there. Points. Points!
Everyone knows miles are better than points.
Oh, you fancy miles. That's all you ever talk about.
Stop! I'm telling Dad you used credit.
Bah!
Pish posh. Use me.
What he needs is points.
Think about the repercussions.
It's 10% off if you sign up for a store card.
No. Oh, boy.
It's okay to use credit sometimes. Let's talk about it.
Find a healthier approach to money at GISA.
Time to wrap up this game with the Alderson's Awards West Post Game Show. Awards West in Centralia can supply you with t-shirts, hats, and hundreds, if not thousands, of promotional products, even team uniforms. Before you buy, check in with locally owned Awards West printwares at aldersons.net. Now back to our ESN crew.
Welcome back to Memorial Fieldhouse, where it's time to wrap this one up with the Alderson's Awards West postgame show. For trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more, go to aldersons.net and check out their full catalog. Matthew King here alongside Joe Withy. The Glacier Peak Grizzlies take down the Emerald Ridge Jaguars 52-43. Again, this is going to be a very quick postgame show so we can get the stream up for our next game. Going over the scoring totals really quick for Glacier Peak. 15 points apiece from Brenna Pukas and Ricky Miller. 9 for Sammy Toma. 8 for Lily Riechelson and 5 for Zoe Ritter. For Emerald Ridge, game high 20 from Raymaya Jackson. 7 for Samaj Williams. 6 from Raya McGriff. 4 from both Savannah So and Layla Kamek. And 2 for Sanaya Fair. Again, Emerald Ridge just could not get that comeback bid. Glacier Peak wore them down, and they adjusted their defense, took away that interior offense for Emerald Ridge. Outside of that chunk in the third quarter where the Jags were just getting to the free throw line and cashing in, it was all Glacier Peak from the second quarter on.
Glacier Peak, boy, they fell behind right off the bat in this game, but they stayed the course. They had really confident offensive players who just kept after it, and, of course, the shots started to fall, and they had some good runs with three-pointers, and led by their senior point guard, Brenna Pukas, who played a tremendous game, and her 4 for 4 free throws toward the end, kept that lead and extended it on. And, I'm going to say it, the inability for Emerald Ridge to get the ball to Jackson hurt them in the last 3-4 minutes of the game.
Well, let's just continue off what you were saying. It's time to name our MVP of the game, brought to you by Thorbeck's Wellness Center. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. Big shout out to Raymaya Jackson. Game high 20 points. If Emerald Ridge would have completed the comeback, it would have been her. Ricky Miller also hit a couple of huge threes. Sammy Toma was great down low. Brenna Pukas is your MVP, though. 15 points was kind of that cool hand when Emerald Ridge went on that run, and then she kind of just iced it away from the free throw line. A couple of threes as well, 3 threes as well in this game. She was doing it all, but it was that leadership for the senior out there.
Definitely. Again, strong left hand, a right-handed player, outstanding left hand. One-hand passes, vision, ability to hit. I mean, let's face it, she hit 3 out of 5 from three-point line. That's 60%. And 4 for 4 from the foul line. She is the team leader, and she led them to victory.
Congratulations to Brenna Pukas, and congratulations to the Glacier Peak Grizzlies, who move on again to take on Union at the Tacoma Dome on Wednesday. Season comes to an end for the Emerald Ridge Jaguars. All right, that'll do it for this stream. Again, we're going to load up the next one. It'll be a protected game in the 3A regional round for the ladies as Kennewick takes on North Thurston. We'll shut down this stream, get that one up and going, and we'll see you back here at UPS for more high school state basketball on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
Thank you for watching and subscribing to the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Remember, a portion of your subscription goes back to the schools. We can't wait to see you again, right here for the best in high school sports live action. The Eli Sports Network.